Squad along, everyone, and welcome back to the next Zelda CDI game with Link, the Faces of Evil.
Really excited for Squad-a-Law.
Don't worry, you won't have to wait long.
Thank God.
Here it is, possibly the greatest video game ever made.
Gee, it sure is boring.
From Frame 1, this game is iconic.
This piece is what all true warriors strive for.
I just wonder what Ganon's up to.
I've probably seen this cutscene hundreds of times in my life, whether chopped up in other videos or not.
Have seized the island of Koridai.
How can
It never gets
It is
old.
written, only
It's
Link
so
can
good.
defeat Ganon.
That's why people are still making CDI memes. Like, you think of all the memes that have died over the years, and 15 years later, this is still alive.
You've got to be kidding.
It'll never stop being funny.
We are off. Wow. What are all those heads?
Reject modernity and embrace tradition.
Of evil. You must conquer evil.
Turn to
Guess I
CDI.
better get going. Here is
By the way, in case anyone watching is wondering, yes, I do have this entire cutscene memorized, inflections and all.
I still say my boy to people.
My boy.
My boy.
I'm actually slightly disappointed with the subtitles for this game. It's nice that they have them now, but they don't enunciate the words the way people would expect it. Like, it's just spelled my boy. Like, that is not at all how we know it.
That is not what he said.
It's my boy.
Yeah, it's M-A-H for sure. It's also one word. My boy.
So we're starting off Faces of Evil with grinding of a different kind. This game has special enemies that can only be hurt with either snowballs or fireballs. So you're going to want to stock up on those as soon as you can.
Oof, snowballs, my one weakness.
Like fireballs, sure, but snowballs, huh?
I mean, I suppose they're probably supposed to be like ice balls, but they are definitely snowballs looking at them.
Who knows, maybe Link is putting rocks in them.
Oh, he would be that kid, wouldn't he?
I'm glad Raiden down there seems to be doing alright.
Just vibing.
Help! Ganon froze the fountain. I'm stuck.
That seems like it's supposed to be a side quest, like, oh, I do something to free her. No, you get a fireball, you unfreeze her, she gives you a health potion, and then immediately freezes again. That is her entire purpose in this game.
Okay.
Maybe she realized she liked it.
She's willing to accept her fate.
You unfroze her and she was like, actually, I enjoyed this. Let me refreeze.
biggest crab I ever caught.
Looks great, buddy.
It's a Goma. You're pretty good. Here. Thanks.
Because you can identify a crab?
Here, take the sword.
I don't know whether it's better or worse than just finding this sword in the house in one of Gamelon.
I feel like it's worse, because that makes even less sense.
But at the same time, it at least feels more important if someone gives you an item instead of just picking it up.
Dyrus came straight from the
True,
crater till
but
I
like,
boarded
does he
the
like
lift.
just give out swords to anyone who knows what a
Skull
crab
girl
is?
and not one Dyrus figured it out.
He's like, check out my huge crab, and you're like, that's not a crab, that's a creature. And he was like, you win. Here's the sword. Do you think he would have given it to anybody who knew what a Goma was?
I think he would.
He shouldn't be so proud of catching one. They're everywhere. Just walk outside, dude.
You know what? I'm disappointed you couldn't catch Goma in Breath of the Wild to cook.
They'd probably be tasty. They're huge. Can you eat those little chickens?
No. I
What?
did not believe you could hunt Coco.
I think you can get like chicken though. I don't think you get it from cuckoos specifically though.
I don't know. I'm gonna be honest, I'm starting to realize how little I remember the minutia of Breath of the Wild. Because I was thinking like what animals could you hunt? And like, oh yeah, you could hunt wolves, you can hunt deer, and I'm like, could you, or am I thinking of Dragon Ball Z Kakarot?
Yeah, pretty much the same game.
Man, so we were talking about iconic cutscenes.
Mm-hmm.
There he is, the man himself.
The meme man himself.
Ugh. Lederhosen and all.
Lamp oil, rope, bombs. You want it? It's yours, my friend, as long as you have enough rubies.
This man has two lines, and people have made complete remixes
Sorry,
of
I can't
Gangster's
give
Paradise
credit.
using him.
Come back when you're a little, richer.
I will always be impressed by the things people can make him say with just those voice clips.
I want to know, because most of the voice actors aren't specifically credited. Like, each game credits either Link or Zelda, and then everyone else is just a part of general cast. Who voices him, and does he know?
I feel
Does
like
he know that
would
he's a
have
meme?
To know. Like Morshu was just like way too widespread from not to know.
Sometimes it is actually surprising, like, the people that figure this stuff out. Like, the woman who played whoever the main woman was in Plumbers Don't Wear Ties showed up on GameFAQs forums a while back to talk about the experience of making the game.
Wow, that's a deep cut. I forgot that existed.
Oh man, we should do a Let's Play of Plumbers Don't Wear Ties.
Hell yeah, we should.
That would be interesting because I know like barely nothing about Plumbers Don't Wear Ties aside from the fact that it's called Plumbers Don't Wear Ties.
I mean, we could play the long-thought-lost PC version of the game that was rediscovered and uploaded online only a few years ago.
Ooh.
Which, by the way, I want to tell a little story about that. For years, I've used, whenever I have to censor something in a video, I just use a picture of Poppy from Monster Musume. Ever since the beginning, I've wanted to use the censorship image from Plumbers Don't Wear Ties. And I was like, okay, let me download the PC version of the game. Like, go through all that effort to get it from the game files, because no one's ripped the sprites. So I go through all of that, and then I find out, like, oh, the PC version is just fully uncensored. Great, it's not here. I wasted my time.
What's the censorship sprite from Plumbers Don't Wear Ties?
It's just like this grayscale guy with a giant nose underneath, like like one of those cancel signs.
Oh yeah, I found one. Why is it that?
It's mighty dark with all the evil about.
This is probably my favorite random NPC.
It'll light your way.
Thanks.
Also, Link has pink skin there.
Man, I loved The
I
Lighthouse.
didn't
It's a
even-
great movie.
I didn't even know about that cutscene. That looked like it was done by like an entirely different animator.
Yeah, Faces of Evil is especially bad in that they clearly did not have, like, proper model sheets for Link, because there are several cutscenes in this game where they change his hair color, they change the way he's drawn.
Maybe they just wanted to give the animators creative freedom.
Look and see Goronu.
Despite the fact that his name is Goronu, he actually has nothing to do with Gorons, because they didn't exist yet. So I'm going to assume Gorons is a reference to this guy. So next time you play Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, think of Garonu?
I may be hideous, but after a year of being
He may be
frozen,
hideous.
you will beg to join me.
I appreciate just how many dead people this game have. Like, we've seen a bunch of ghosts, we've seen a bunch of skeletons. Like, there was clearly some sort of an apocalypse that happened in this world.
You can't kill me. No.
You see, this game actually takes place shortly after Calamity Ganon happens.
Yeah, okay, so this is actually the sequel to Age of Calamity.
I really like the whole cinematic universe we're building.
Yeah, how come this game isn't included in the official Zelda timeline? I want to, what timeline what timeline spawns the CDI games?
Those things that you just shot and killed, Liam, I'm sure you will, but remember the episode of Futurama where they all turn younger? And Zoidberg goes through like 15 stages of de-evolution? That looks like it would have been one of them.
Look what has happened.
In the darkest nightmare hour, when not moon nor sun has risen, I take Zelda in my power. I shall keep her in my
He kind of also looks like Totoro.
Yeah, that's not a comparison I ever thought I'd hear. So since we have to assume that, not assume, we know for a fact that Zelda didn't come to Koridai, that means that Ganon just waited for us to leave and then he swooped in and took Zelda. Despite the fact that he's taking over a different land and really has no purpose for Zelda. So how do you think this boat got up here? We are on the top of a mountain.
I guess it's kind of like a Noah's Ark type thing that they found in the desert. It's just like there used to be an ocean here. Now it's not.
Okay, maybe we can put the pieces together if I play Noah's Ark on the NES.
Yeah, that you know what? That'll definitely fix it.
Chains, pretty please, have a heart.
See, get it? She said have a heart and she gave you a heart container.
How?
That's the level of quality entertainment I expect from this series.
There's some part of me that wants to troll TV tropes and just put that on like the dev team thinks of everything page. So after the reputation of these games, do you think we're ever going to get another side-scrolling Zelda game?
No.
They won't even acknowledge this one exists. I don't think they're going to be repeating any lessons from it.
Yeah, I don't know. They haven't really done one since Zelda 2.
I have to have hope, because the CEO of Intercreate has said several times he wants to remake Zelda 2. And, like, absolutely, I would love to see that.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind a Zelda 2 remake. Like, it's got some nice ideas, but it's just kind of, like, boggled down by, like, bad NES game designs junk.
Yeah, both Zelda 1 and 2 have that problem for me, but I like Zelda 2 more. Which is just one of those weird examples that I'm sure if I talked about it more would get me into a lot of hot water on the internet, just saying like, yeah, I really don't think Zelda 1 ages well. Oh, but the original Metal Gear, I think that's fine.
Our hero. Here's the life heart.
Well, I'd say the original Metal Gear aged better than Zelda 1 ever did.
I mean, obviously there's a little bit of leniency in that I'm talking about the MSX version of Metal Gear and not the NES. But honestly, If you just look at it, Metal Gear does have a lot of absolutely baffling design choices. Like, how would you figure this out without a guide?
Oh,
I
that
never
poor
noticed it, but-
Hydra is sick.
I never noticed I noticed that was the same Hydra you fought in Wand of Gamelon, but I never noticed in this game he only has one head, and you can see that the other ones are cut off.
It's kind of, I thought the Hydra was kind of famous for not being able to do that, but I may be misremembering.
Let the juices soak the
And that was the most disgusting way she could have put that.
Never cower, for his gloves, a glove of power.
Wow, thanks.
Doesn't look like the same one Zelda had.
Yeah. So long as the glove has power.
These are just those monkeys that hang out in hot water pools. I don't know why you're killing them. They are throwing things at you, but you're in their house, so...
Yeah, they're
I'm
just
here to steal their
monkeying
jewelry.
around.
I guess that's why the monkeys are so happy relaxing in the hot springs. They've got these caves full of diamonds.
Also, they're Monkey Queen, I guess.
So they protect the queen like ants do? I didn't know that's how monkeys
I
work.
don't know. I have to assume so, otherwise why the hell is she here?
This is the Monkey Queen, huh?
No, I mean, she's just Ice Queen, I guess. I don't know. Okay, now the way Link is drawn here, why does he look like a woman?
I also thought he looked like
Yeah.
a woman, so...
His hair
Nailed
is
it.
also a completely different color. Like
It's actually
his hair is not brown in this game.
Yeah. It's actually an early version of Linkle.
Oh, okay.
Again, a lot of people don't realize this game was very influential.